Hello, welcome to a summer day, and today on the table we have roots of a quadratic equation. So before we start, make sure you subscribe not to miss our content. So you've been told form the quadratic equation whose roots are x is negative 5 over 3 and x is 1. So you need to know when you solve a quadratic equation, the values that you get as the answer, the values of x, are called the roots of a quadratic equation. For example, if I have x squared minus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0, and I'm told to solve this quadratic equation. So let us do it together, and then I'll show you now how we can use this method to get the equation when we're given the roots. So here we get the product, and I said product is AC. A is the coefficient of x squared, and C is this one here, which is 2. So it will be 1 times 2, you get 2. Sum is always the coefficient of x, which is negative 3. So sum is all, call it B. It is the B. So we get two numbers that when you multiply them, you get 2, and when you add them, you get negative 3. So from that one, you can just see it is negative 2 and negative 1. And then we substitute these two values with these. So we remove negative 3x, we put these two there. So just remember to add x there. So if you do that, you're going to have x squared minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equals to 0. Then you see we check what is common here. It is x, so you factor it outside. So we're going to have x into x minus 2. Then you check what is common between these two is negative 1. You factor it outside, so you're going to remain with x minus 2 inside the bracket is equals to 0. Then since these two are common, you put these two under one bracket, so this will be x minus 1 and x minus 2 is equals to 0. That means this one is equals to 0, or this one is equals to 0. So it's the same as x minus 1 is equals to 0, or x minus 2 is equals to 0. So when x minus 1 is equals to 0, it means x is equals to 1, and when x minus 2 is equals to 0, it means x is equals to 2. So these ones are called roots of a quadratic equation, roots of this equation. When you're given these roots, we can do the reverse and go back to that equation. Like, let's check this one here. This is x minus 1. So if we bring x this side, you're going to end up with x minus 1 is equals to 0. The same happens here. If you take this to the other side, you're going to remain to have x minus 2 is equals to 0. Then these two, you put them under bracket and you multiply them. So x minus 1, so it will be x minus 1 in the bracket multiplied by this one in bracket x minus 2. Then you close the bracket, you equate them to 0. Then now you expand this one. This x you multiply by everything inside this bracket, which it is done here, x multiplied by x minus 2. Then this minus 1 you multiply by everything in this bracket, so we're going to have negative 1 into x minus 2. If you simplify this bracket, x times x is x squared. Then x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Then you come here, negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2 is equals to 0. So when you add these two, negative 2x minus x, you get negative 3x plus 2. So we have done the reverse. So when you have the roots, you can do the reverse. Let us now go to our question. So I'm having x is equals to 1 negative 5 over 3. So we bring this value the other side. So we're going to have x plus 5 over 3 is equals to 0. Then x is equals to 1. So take 1 the other side. So we're going to have x minus 1 is equals to 0. Then put this and this in bracket and multiply them and equate it to 0. So I'll have x plus 5 over 3 and x minus 1 is equals to 0. Then expand this now So this x I multiply by everything in this bracket, so it will be x into x minus 1. Then this 5 over 3 I multiply by everything in this bracket, so I'll have plus 5 over 3 into x minus 1 is equals to 0. Then now open the bracket. X times x will give you x squared. X times negative 1, it will give you negative x. You are done with this bracket. Come to this one. 5 over 3 times x will give you plus 5 over 3x. 5 over 3 times negative 1, it will give you negative 5 over 3 is equals to 0. I want to remove 3 down here. I'll multiply everything by 3. So 3 times x squared gives me 3x squared. 3 times negative x, it will give me negative 3x. 5 over 3x times 3, 3 cancels 3, you're going to remain with plus 5x. 5 over 3 times 3, 3 cancels 3, you're going to remain with negative 5 is equals to 0 times 3 is 0. Then collect the like terms. Negative 3x plus 5x, it will give you positive 2x. So this will be 3x squared plus 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. And that is the equation of these roots. So you can try this one. Form the quadratic equation whose roots are x is negative 5 over 2 and x is equals to 3. This is the equation. So thank you.